Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Have good time, my esteemed students, and welcome back to lesson number 11 in our course book. This lesson has the title of What's Happening. So let's do the exercises and practices. First, number A, the first one says, work in small groups and then answer these questions. Here we have two questions. The first one, explain the following terms. We have 4 terms and we want to explain the meaning of them. The first one is anode, then cathode, electrolyte, electrolysis. We have 4 terms and we want to explain the meaning of them: anode, cathode, electrolyte, and electrolysis. Number 2, list the main components of air, then complete the pie chart with the approximate percentages. List the main components of air. If you know, air consists of a lot of elements, so here we have to list the main components of air, and after that we want to complete the chart, the pie chart, with the approximate percentages. So here are the answers. The first term is anode. Anode means a positive electrode, whereas cathode means a negative electrode. For example, in batteries we have 2 electrodes. One of them is positive and it's called anode, and the other one is negative and it's called cathode. What about electrolyte? Electrolyte means a compound which in solution or a molten state conducts electricity and is decomposed by it. Electrolysis means the chemical decomposition of certain substances by passing an electric current through the substance. Electrolysis in a dissolved or molten state. Number 2, list the main components of air and then complete the pie chart with approximate percentages. So the composition of air is 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, and just 1% other gases like argon, carbon dioxide, neon, helium, krypton, xenon. So we can divide the previous circle, into 3 parts. The biggest one is for nitrogen, and then the other part, which is smaller, resembles or presents oxygen, and a very little and small one which presents 1% for other gases like argon, carbon dioxide, neon, helium, and so on. Number B, work in pairs. Look at the 2 sentences below. In what way are they the same? What's the difference between them? Number 1, the professor is heating the liquid over flame. 2, the liquid is being heated over flame. So here, what's the main difference between the first and the second sentence? Yes, here you are the answers. Both examples are present continuous and focus on the fact that something is happening at the moment of speaking here. The first sentence is active and tells us who is doing the action, while the second is passive and focuses on what's happening to the liquid rather than who is doing it. Note that the agent is not mentioned in this example as it's obvious to the listener. Number C, the following practice. Rewrite these sentences in the passive form. The surgeon is performing the operation as we speak. 2. A mechanic is repairing my car at the moment. We have to omit number 1, the agent or the doer of these actions, and we can put the object at the beginning. Number 1, the operation is being performed as we speak. 2, my car is being repaired at the moment. Yes, that's so easy. And what about number D? Here we work in pairs. You will be describing diagrams. Use the structure is or are according to the subject, which is plural or singular, then being plus ed or past participle. Here we have to have two students, student number A and student number B. Student number A will describe what's happening in experiment A. Use these verbs: purify, dissolve, deposit, leave behind. Then you can ask your partner to explain what's happening in experiment P. Label the diagram with the following: air, copper, nitrogen. And the student B, in his or her turn, ask your partner to explain what's happening in experiment number A. Label the diagram with the following: impurities, anode, cathode. Then describe to your partner what's happening in the experiment B. Use these verbs: prepare, heat, remove, pass through, and collect. So you can take your turn, my dear students, you and your partner, your colleague, your classmate, to explain this experiment or these two experiments, number A and number B, using the words mentioned in this exercise. Number E, in your notebook, write a paragraph describing what's happening in one of the diagrams in exercise D. Here we have to choose one of these two diagrams in this exercise, exercise D, and then we want to write a paragraph, small paragraph, describing what's happening in it. So here we have a model paragraph. Diagram A shows the apparatus for the purification of copper. Impure copper is being used as an anode in a solution of copper sulfate. Copper is being dissolved from the anode and the impurities are collecting at the bottom of the beaker. At the same time, copper is being deposited on the cathode on the right. The apparatus in diagram number B shows the preparation of nitrogen. Air is being passed through solution of sodium hydroxide in a flask. This removes the carbon dioxide in the air. The air also passes over copper in the horizontal tube, which is being heated. The heated copper removes the oxygen in the air. The remaining nitrogen in the air is being collected in the gas jar on the right. Now let's do exercise number A on our workbook, page number 52. Look at the word families in the diagrams below. They show different parts of speech for the word electric and pure. Complete the diagrams with as many words as you can. Use your dictionary. Check your answer at the end of the unit. So the first one, electricity, and then we have impure. In the center we have electric, and at the same time on the right we have a pure. We have to derive some other words like electricity, to electrocute. For pure we have impure, to purify. So here we have the answers. We can say electrician, electrical, and electrify. Electrician is an adjective or a noun, sorry. It's a noun, person who works with electricity. Electrical is an adjective and electrify is a verb. Purity is a noun, impurity is the opposite of it. Purely is an adverb and purification is a noun. So all of these words are derived from the words electric and pure. And by doing this exercise we can conclude this lesson, my students. Study it hard and finally see you later and goodbye.